General Jones, you've talked about that there's a special challenge for the United States in addressing the new leadership in the Middle East. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, well, I think that obviously the people who are rebelling against their traditional leaders probably feel that we indirectly contributed, or maybe directly contributed, to those leaders being in power for such a long time by virtue of our financial assistance, security arrangements, and the like. So I don't think it's irreparable, but I think we have to think pretty hard about how we engage with the next generation of leaders as these, hopefully, these emerging democracies take shape. We'll have to see how it plays out, but I think it's a challenge that we should understand fully. That not recognizing that, not thinking about what we might do to offset that pretty human emotion is something that we should do proactively.
Speaking of proactive, we seem to be in an impasse in the Israel-Palestinian peace process. Why do you think we're at an impasse right now?
Well, very frankly, I think we're at an impasse because we're dealing with two leaders that don't have the capacity or maybe even the courage to take the first step. And it's to the detriment of both countries. It's to the long-term insecurity of the region. And frankly, it drags the United States into very, very difficult positions. With all my passion, I believe that Israel should be secured, and we should do whatever it takes to do that. I do believe that the Palestinian state will be a reality sometime, and it should have the sovereignty attributes that most other sovereign states have. So the two are not irreconcilable, but I find it very difficult that the two leaders in question, even though they both understand that, I think, can't find it within themselves to take the first steps towards making that a reality, and that's not good.
Is it that they're playing too much to their domestic bases? This is Netanyahu, of course, and Abbas.
Well, I mean, in Prime Minister Netanyahu's case, he's got a coalition government that's awkward to deal with, but you know, when the security of your state is at risk, you have to do the right thing, and hopefully someday he'll see that. It's interesting that General Dagan, the former head of the Mossad, and Dishkin, Mr. Dishkin, the former head of Shin Bet, and General Gabi Ashkenazi all stepped down within a few months of each other. That's a major shift in the power elite of Israel. Those three were three very enlightened individuals that I think understood the strategic consequences of non-action towards the two-state solution.
With everything that's happening in the Arab Spring, with the Israeli-Palestinian peace process, have we somehow lost sight of Iran?
Well, it's clear that Iran as a topic is not on the front page, which is unfortunate because it is the shadow that looms over just about everything. From its policy of exporting terror, supporting terrorist organizations, to developing a nuclear weapons program that is whose potential will cause a nuclear arms race in the Persian Gulf. These are things that are extremely serious and affect most of the world. As a matter of fact, the sanctions that were levied on Iran through the UN and then the EU are indicative of the fact that the U.S. leadership made its case. And it's very important that we not take our attention away from Iraq.
Sir, thank you so much for your time today.
It's a pleasure to be with you. Thanks.